Professor Raghavendra MJ. Welcome you all the participants for the student outreach program on GATE examination way for fruitful career, which is organized by Sanatana Research and Training Institute, a unit of Sanatana Sampradhisthana, Mysore. So let us begin this webinar by seeking the blessing of the Lord Almighty. Saraswati Namasubhyam Vade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhit Bhavatume Sada. So I request Dr. Ramachandra CG, the Managing Director of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, to welcome and introduce the speakers of today's webinar.
Thank you, Professor Raghavendra. Very good morning, one and all present here. So I take this particular opportunity on behalf of our institute, Sanatana Research and Training Institute, which is a unit of Sanatana Sampradhisthana Trust, Mysuru, to welcome today's webinar speaker, Professor Anant Pai, participants from various institutions. So let me begin this introduction with a beautiful quote. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. So this is a permanent asset for you. So that's why never stop learning. When we stop learning, then we stop growing. So that's why always the knowledge, so is divine, knowledge is powerful and it should be shared. So whatever the knowledge we have, if we share, then we also gain the knowledge from out of it. So with this, so the basic intention to organize this type of webinar is to provide a detailed information about the GATE examination, particularly such as the pattern of the examination and how to prepare and how to crack or clear the GATE examination. Once you clear the examination, what are the opportunities you're going to get either for the higher studies, like if you want to pursue PG or MTech in IITs, IISc or NITs, etc. And similarly, opportunity for the job also in public sectors like HAL, the NTPC, such type of central government organizations, and even opportunities you'll get in research lab also as a junior research fellow such as CSIR, INAIL, etc. Not only these opportunities, even in the private sector also, so you will get lot of opportunities. So this is the main the reason why we organize this today's the webinar on this GATE examination overview. So all the participants, we request you to get the maximum benefit out of it. Those who are planning or thinking of GATE examination, this is the today is the right person is with us who will give you the entire information about GATE examination. So let me welcome Professor Anant Pai. So is a founder of Apex Institute, Mangaluru. So he has completed his undergraduate, that is B in Mechanical Engineering, in the year 2004 from Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan. And coming to post-graduation, he has completed his MTech in Applied Mechanics year 2010 from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT Madras. And he is pursuing his PhD in the same premier institution, Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. And he has secured a GATE rank, that is All India ranking 388 in the year 2008. And he has started Apex Institute in the year 2017. So under this particular institution, he has trained many GATE aspirants as well as many students. And coming to his work experience is concerned, presently, so he is working as a founder in Apex Institute, Mangaluru. And he has previously worked as assistant professor in Canara Engineering College, Mangaluru from 2005 to 2008, as well as 2010 to 2013. With this brief introduction of the speaker, I wish all the participants will have a fruitful interaction with the speaker. And before handing over the speaker, so this particular the webinar platform is limited only for the 100 the participants only they can join. So your friend or your classmates poor is not it is not possible for them to join to this the meeting. Okay, the same will be recorded and it will be posted in the our YouTube channel. So, okay, so today by evening, so you can download it from that and you can go through it later. So with this, once again, thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request today's speaker, Professor Anant Pai, the founder, Apex Institute, Mangaluru, to start.
Hello everyone. Since the numbers are just 21, I would request the host to, if you can allow everybody to unmute in their whenever they want, because I want people to come in with the questions whenever they want. Is there a possibility of that, sir?
So it's better if you complete your presentation at the end. So 15 minutes we have allotted for that. So that time, so they can post their questions or clarification in the chat box. So that
Okay.
we can address all the questions.
Very nice. Okay, then I will start with my this one. So as you all know, GATE exam, very important, and this is one of the most underrated examination in especially this Karnataka region, as well as I can say Mumbai and Karnataka region. This is one of the most underrated examinations we have. We train for something which is difficult, not possible to get, but we sometimes do not concentrate on something which is easy. When I say easy compared to GRE or I'll say compared to CAT examination, GATE examination is easier to crack. I will tell you why it is and what are the advantages of these things. This is what I'm going to do it now. Okay. So now let us go one by one. First of all, just a second. Yeah. What is GATE? National level exam that tests technical knowledge of an engineer. It's an entrance test design. Basically, it was in 1984 that it started. Okay. And it was for post-graduation admission to IISc and IITs. But recently, 2011 onwards, PSUs are having interest in screening the possible employment for recruiting. Okay. So these PSUs, okay, after they started recruiting using GATE exam, there is a far more demand for okay, start my video. Okay, so sir, video in the sense, okay, let me are you able to see my face? No.
No, that's why you switch on your video so that
Yeah, others can see me. Okay,
yeah.
I'll do that. Just a second. Are you able to see it now?
No.
No. Just a second. One second. Let me share video. Now
There is one button down, start video. Now we can see. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So it is a national level exam that tests the technical knowledge of an engineer. It's an entrance test designed for securing admission to post-graduation courses in IISc and IITs. In the recent time, it is used as screening test for employment in public sector units. And after that only, there is a lot of demand. And also, it is seen as a benchmarking criteria for young graduate by private sector companies as well as some of the foreign universities also. Foreign universities which are placed in top 50 universities of the world are recruiting some of them, like you have TUM, Technical University of Munich, National University of Singapore, National Technological University, Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. Okay, and there are few other institutions which recruit their MS students as well as PhD students sometimes based on GATE mark. Okay, so it is very, very useful in that sense. Okay, now why GATE? First advantage is post-graduation in IISc, IITs, NITs and others. Sometimes we don't understand what is the level. What happens, you know, we compare the MTech, whatever the salary we get or the recruitment we get in local engineering colleges. And then we think it is the same thing for IIT. And people think that if a person goes to MTech, it means he has to come for teaching. I will tell you 90% of the people who complete MTech from IITs do not go for teaching. Only 10% go for teaching or PhD and such kind of things. Okay. So most of the MTechs get placed in good companies, and some of the companies, the average salary this time, you can go to IIT Madras placement site. Okay, if you want, I'll share it with you later on. Okay, there is a site for placement. The name of the site is placement.iitm.ac.in. If you go there, you will see the average salary for MTech is around 11 lakh. Okay, sorry, average salary is 14 lakh and the median salary is 11 lakh. What do you mean by median salary? Median salary is the one that 50% of the people who gets recruited get salary more than 11 lakh per annum. So this is the advantage of doing an MTech from IITs. First thing. Another one. See, in IITs, when you say, there are two things which are important. One is in IITs, there is something called MS and MTech. For getting MTech, if you get more than around 2000 rank, it is possible to get 2000 to 2500 rank. You can get MTech in any one of the IITs. But there is another thing, another master degree called MS, okay, which takes 3 years, but you can get rank of 10,000. People do not know about these things. And one of the advantage of these MTech courses is that MTech or MS courses is that it's almost free. You don't have to invest anything. I hope you're getting that point. They give you 12,400 rupees per month as a stipend. Okay. So what happens? The fees, if you say MTech fees is around 30,000 per semester. Okay. So 2 semesters, 60,000. 4 semester, it is only 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 is the fees for 2 years, and you get 12,400 per month as a stipend. What a great bargain. And after that, you get such a nice salary, okay, which is comparable, not that high as IIMs are, but it is comparable, okay, with IIMs, because IIM average salary is around 18 lakh per annum, okay, but still it is comparable, okay. And afterwards, what happens when you get, if you have to go into any industry, if you want to excel in any industry, one of the main thing you have to have is IIT or IIM degree. If you want to get into the higher management of any industry, you need either IIT degree or IIM degree. And now IIM degree is not that easy to get, okay, because even BTech students are in the race for it, whereas for BTech students of IITs are in the race for that. But in case of through GATE, when you say, generally BTech students from IITs do not write GATE. Even NITs also, there are very less people who write GATE, okay. So now, given that as the thing, it is among the people who are from private engineering colleges. The main what do you say? The main competition is between people from the private engineering colleges. So a private engineering college student has a chance of getting into these kind of things. I will tell you there are 3 grades which are there. Okay, there are 3 levels of engineering colleges. First level is IIT always. Okay. After IIT, the next level is NITs. These are called grade 2. Grade 3, NITs and some of the engineering colleges are also there in grade 2. And grade 3 is all the private engineering colleges. I will tell you, in industry when you go, there is a difference in the salary package also. I will tell you, one of the companies called Kirloskar Motors came to Canara Engineering College, where I was in the placement department also. So in that particular thing, one person, his name is Balaram Malya. I will tell you his name also. If people know him, you can contact him and ask him also. Okay. He, in 2011, he got selected into Kirloskar Motors, and his annual salary was around 2.5 lakh. Okay. From Canara Engineering College. The same company went to NIT Surathkal the very next day. And there the salary package was 7 lakh per annum. The same Kirloskar Motors would have gone to IIT. There the salary would have been 14 to 15 lakh per annum. So you see, they make a difference, and they will be going to a higher place also. They will get a managerial level also. Same thing happens if you have an IIT degree, the chances of you getting promoted is very high, because IIT degree gives you a pre-assigned credentials. So because of this pre-assigned credential, that means you are thought. What do you mean by pre-assigned credential? Pre-assigned credential means beforehand only people think you are good at engineering, and you have to prove them wrong. Okay, otherwise you have to just, it's easier for you to prove that you are good at engineering. Okay, so that is why IIT degree has its advantage. Second advantage is student exchange program with reputed foreign university. You don't have to think that, sir, if I had GRE, I would have gone to these top universities. No, IITs have collaboration with foreign university, so that 1 year of MTech you spend in IIT Madras or IITs, and 1 year you spend in that foreign university, including Massachusetts, which is the best university in the world. Okay, even there you can get your student exchange programs. Okay, so you have to go to the website of IIT and see which IIT has student exchange program with which universities. Similar way, when you do your post graduation in IIT, you will get paid up for a conference to go outside India. So there also you get to develop your contacts. Another thing is that when I say contacts, one of the great advantage of IIT is it has a very good alumni network. All the alumni of IITs are at a very, very high positions. You might have seen recent this one, that IIT Madras this time got, because of COVID, they had asked for donations from their alumni, and alumnus of IIT Madras donated 113 crores within a period of 2 to 3 months. Okay, so that is what is the how capable these people are. Also, they encourage you to start go for startups. Like if you say talk about IIT Madras, there is something called Research Park, where more than 300 companies have office inside the campus of IIT Madras. Okay, similarly other IITs also, there is companies who are part and parcel of IITs. Okay, so that gives you additional advantage. So you cannot think of anything equivalent to that. Okay, now when I say levels, okay, see, if a person does MTech, BTech in a, or BE in a particular this one, and MTech in the next level, is considered to be at the same level of expertise. Okay, like if he does a BE in a particular private engineering college, and then he is doing MTech in a private engineering college, it is considered to be of the same level. Okay, sorry, if he does MTech in a BE in a private engineering college and MTech in a NITs, they are considered to be at the level of NITs only. Okay, but now if a person does, if he goes from, this is industry perspective, I'm not saying in terms of knowledge perspective, because in terms of knowledge, you don't have to have any other credential, because knowledge is knowledge. Where you do, where you don't do, it doesn't matter. Okay, so in terms of knowledge, I'm talking about perception. Okay, so in terms of perception, the second, if you have to go to the second tier, you have to do post graduation from the first tier university, which is IIT. So if you are done your BTech from a local engineering college or a private engineering college, and then you have done post graduation from a IIT, that means you are at the NIT level for the industries. Okay, so that is how it is advantage. And here, to get here, you can get a gate up to 10,000 rank. If you get, you can get into the IITs. Okay, but again, it depends on what you apply, how you apply, and all those things. It's not so easy. Okay, but there is a chance until 10,000 or even 12,000. Till 12,000 also I have seen students getting placed in IIT for MS. Okay, even IIT Madras. Okay, next is public sector units. Now public sector units, the gate, whatever the amount of competition which has come is because of public sector units. Now, why public sector units? They give a high salary. You know, NTPC gives around 20 lakh per annum. That is CTC, cost to company. Okay, so initial salary of more than 10 lakh per annum at least. Okay, and government jobs are secure and without undue job pressure. Now, government jobs, when you say PSUs, are not exactly government job, but still, because they are the maximum share is by the government, so I am considering it as a government job. Okay, and also it has an opportunity to work towards nation building. Okay, but here one of the things is that it's a secure job. So it's a lot of advantage, and later on you can switch on to other private companies also. After 3 or 4 years of experience, say in ONGC, you can shift to other private colleges where you can get high private companies where you get higher salary. I'll tell you one thing about private and public companies. Okay, public companies, the starting salary is very high. Okay, but the increment is not that fast. Whereas in private sector, for the managerial section, for the higher levels or higher management, you get really good salaries, which is not given by the public sector units. So people take public sector units as a ladder. Like if you go for ONGC and then you shift to Reliance Petrochemicals, probably. Okay, so as you join your public sector units as uh, graduate trainee, okay, to work there for 3, 4, 5 years and get core competence in particular areas. So what will happen because of that? You will get, one second. So because of this, what you will have the core competence, and because of that, you can get a good job, better job in private companies, and you can do well. And in case you don't want to work hard, or you don't want to what you say, not work hard, that would be a wrong way. In the sense you want to a more settled life, okay, then public sector units you can remain. The salary will never go down, but the increment is less. That is the only thing. But it is good enough, okay, because when in the managerial scale, 20-25 lakh per annum is a nice pay, is it not? Okay, so that is one of the advantage of public sector units. JRFs, this is one thing which people do not know. There is something called, some people are, sir, just everybody understands Kannada, I suppose. Okay, sometimes I'll shift to Kannada as well as Hindi, okay, because I'm more comfortable in Kannada and Hindi. Okay, sometimes, and I'll give you the response. Some people say, sir, gate ಅಲ್ಲಿ just pass ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, high rank ಬರಬೇಕು. No, it is not the case. If you just pass in gate, say you have just cleared gate, even then there is something called JRFs in lot of labs, including even you can get JRFs even in Manipal University. You can get JRF in Nitte University, okay, or in our say in RV College, or maybe any private colleges. What they have is they have some of the professors who are really exceptional. They get grant from the government, okay, and when you get the grant from the government, they will allow you to have a JRFs. Okay, now when you have JRF, the pay is 31,000 rupees per month. So that is only if you clear gate. Okay, so a person, principal investigator, the person who is doing research on the topic which is given by DRDO or ISRO or any other CSIR lab or other CSIR lab. Go to CSIR. CSIR stands for Center for Scientific and Industrial Research, which is a undertaking of the government of India. Okay, so what happens when you do that? See, even ISRO takes JRFs, even IITs takes JRFs. So what happens? You will get experience in working on cutting edge technologies. So what will happen because of that? You work there for 1, 2, or 3 years, and then you can get absorbed into these private companies. That is the advantage of doing JRFs in CSIR labs. Okay, it's not just CSIR labs. I'll tell you, one of the CSIR lab is NAL, National Aerospace Laboratory. Have you heard about Aeronautical Development Agency in Bangalore? It's a big one. See, this is Indian Institute of Petroleum, Dehradun. Okay, these are all, there are around 50 and odd CSIR labs. So you can get anywhere in these institutes. Okay, and also if you get JRFs in say IITs under a professor, it will help you to convert the JRF into PG seat, which is, I say, a backdoor entry, but it's okay. Okay, because the professor has a confidence on you and he can recruit you directly to a PG seat. PG seat in the sense MSc. Okay, so you join under a professor as a JRFs, and then you convert it into a PG seat. Okay, so that is possible. So instead of say nowadays there is a less job opportunities. Some people say horrendous experience people have. They say they go to Pune and they get paid around 7,000, 8,000 per month, which is very, I feel very bad. In Bangalore was trying to make yourself better in 7,000-8,000 rupees. It's very paltry salary. Instead of that, by the end of your engineering or 1 year later, clear it and get into this JRFs in IITs. Okay, now what will happen? You'll get 31,000 rupees per month as a stipend, and then you can do your PG, and after your PG you can get placed into this private companies, you know how the placement in IITs are. So that is the advantage. Okay. So after that, even after JRFs and CSIR labs, companies recruit you, because see, if some tenders are given by the government organizations, okay, these tenders are taken by these private organizations. Okay. Now, when they want to say manufacture a particular type of equipments, or some solutions, for example, okay, for example, a person is working on some software, okay, and that software tender has come to a private company. Okay, so now the private company would want people who has experience in the type of softwares. This helps, this is what helps the students to get job in these private enterprises. One of the examples is aerospace industries. In Bangalore, there are a number of aerospace industries, and I've seen people who work in NAL or HAL, okay, as a JRF, they get placed into these private companies with a very good salary. Okay, so when it is 31,000 rupees per month in this, it will be always better than 31,000 rupees per month. And I have seen people getting much higher than that, around 1 lakh, 2 lakh per month they also get. Okay, based on your expertise and based on your knowledge, they can pay you anything. Okay, so that's how it is. That is one of the advantage of JRFs. Okay, so GATE, any GATE is used. Fourth thing, okay, help in IAS or UPSC exam. Now, this is one thing we don't understand. See, sometimes we think which is the best, what do you say, which is the best branch in engineering. If you say everybody is going towards CS, IS, no doubt there is opportunities there. The companies that what do you say, in the campus selections, the companies who come are only CS companies most of the time. Okay, and mechanical, or you say mechanical, civil, and electronics are very less. Even electronic students, I feel very bad. They are highly talented students who have got the best rank in CETs, and they go for software jobs. Okay, I don't like that. I'm not saying software is not needed. Software is needed. Everybody has to learn software. Okay, everybody has to know programming, because even if you go to mechanical, civil, electronic, or electronics and communication field, then also programming is very essential. Everybody has to do programming. Okay, but going for services industries, I don't see, because even in CS, companies like Microsoft, Google, I consider these companies as core CS companies. Okay, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, the most of the recruitment happens in these companies for service things. Okay, it is not for actual programming. Even ISRO and TCS have what do you say, programming jobs, but to get that programming job, you should be really good. Okay, so that thing, to be good in those particular thing, it will help you if you prepare for GATE. Okay, so the basics has to be clear. So now IAS, when you say Indian Engineering Service, people don't think about this. Okay, and one of the things is that you have to continuously work hard to get the expertise in this. Okay, and here in terms of the best engineering stream for government jobs, if you ask me, I will say it is civil engineering. If you talk about government job, like state government, central government jobs, the best branch is civil engineering. You can see why I'm telling so, because the maximum vacancies you see in 2018, 274 of the vacancies is for civil engineers, IES. And I'll tell you, IES is one of the best career options you can have. Why it is the best career option, I'll tell you, because you get at least say 1 to 1.5 lakh per month CTC, cost to company. On hand, it will be lesser, okay, per month over the table. Okay, so that is one of the advantage of this one. So over the table, you will get at least 1 to 1.5 lakh per annum. But more than that, you get satisfaction that you are working for your country. And if you take some of the best, the Metro Man, E. Sridharan is a IES. Okay, whichever the best companies, best government, what do you say, government projects are there, it is implemented by these IES officers. They give tenders. Okay, so it is the best one. Okay, why? You know, because not just the salary what they get a lot of other benefits also, perks also. You get bangla, you get a car, you get a chauffeur, you get a you get Mali, you get a, so all those things you have, a cook you will get, okay. So all these extra things, if you want to pay by yourself and take, it will take much higher, this one, what you say, much higher cost from your side, okay. So that is the advantage of going for IES, okay. So that is the advantage, okay. And also in addition to IES, if you consider civil engineering, there's PWD, okay. There's assistant engineers in every government jobs. And if you consider our electrical, then electrical has a lot of, in you every power sector, in government power sectors, you have this things, you have assistant engineers coming there. So all those things are important, okay. Next one, employment in private companies. Now, one of the advantage of this is when you understand these basics, when you prepare for GATE, what happens is your basics is cleared basically. Because your basics are clear, private company jobs becomes easier. I will tell you some of the examples. In my institute only, I have seen students who have come for 6 months, 1 year under me. They did not write GATE because their aim was to clear the campus selections. I have seen a lot of students, and some of the things I don't want to, I'll name the student. One of the students from Sahyadri this time, okay, his name is Joel Siquera, okay. He got placed into Adani Power, and he was the only person to get placed from Sahyadri College. Why that happens? Because he has gone through the training required for the basics. The basics is clear in him, and because of that, what will Adani company want? Adani Power, they want how the turbine works, how the thermodynamics. Same thing happens for other private companies also, or other branches also. For example, if Microsoft is recruiting a CS candidate, what does Microsoft need? He needs whether he has understanding of programming logic. Does he know, in the sense, you have this design of algorithms. Does he know, understand how to design algorithms? Has he studied the basics? Does he know about software structure, or the software engineering, that how the structure comes from a machine level till the what do you say, till the user interface level? Does he know the everything? That is what he needs, okay. Or if you come for electronics, does he know the basics of communications? Whether he knows how the PN junction is manufactured? Does he know the basics of VLSI? Does he know signals and systems? These are the basics. That's very important. Seniors actually don't give us a proper inputs, or sometimes what happens, because our level of knowledge is low, we are given supervisory role, okay. Especially from the private engineering college who pass out, they are given supervisory role. They are not given actual engineer's role. So because of that, when you ask your seniors, they will say, "Arey Maria, idella bekagilla nivella madodo." They will say that, okay, that all these things what is done in your engineering is waste, okay. The what do you say, the amount of in the sense technology has grown much higher, and what is taught in engineering is waste of money, waste of time. It is just to get the B degree goskara marta idini nanu. That is the type of mentality with which students go and learn their engineering. I will tell you that's entirely wrong, because the people who are having that attitude are in the lower management, okay. They never go to the higher management, okay. The person who has the basics properly, only for him he can grow further. For example, if you go to Ingersoll Rand is a company in Bangalore near Pune. It works on pneumatics and hydraulics. Now, if you want to understand hydraulics, no doubt it is very in the sense, it is very Ingersoll Rand is a big company, and the technology is very high there, okay. And the BE person doesn't know all the technology which is there in this company. But what happens if you don't know the basics of fluid mechanics? You cannot learn further. Similarly, all the companies which I've listed here, if you don't know the basics, how can you know the advanced things? So what they do is, whenever these companies come to you, they don't expect you to know high things. They want you to know the basics. Then some people say, sir, software madidre agutte sir. CATIA, let us learn some other software, and we will get placed. No doubt you'll get placed. But where is the place you will get? You will go as a coolie, let me tell you. You will know hypermesh. I'm not saying you should not learn that. You should learn that. But that is not the primary, that is my aim of telling. Okay. I'm not saying you should not learn CATIA. I'm not saying you should not learn hypermesh. You must learn that. But what is more important than these things? More important is your basics of engineering. You do all these CATIA, this one, or Java. Java is also important. I'm not saying mechanical engineers or civil engineers don't think Java is not important. Don't think Oracle is not important. Don't think C, C++ is not important. It's also important. Okay. But more than C, C++, as well as these, this one, you should know how the in the sense of mechanical engineering or civil engineering, you should know how the structures work. You should know how to draw a free body diagram. You should know how to say what are the different types of failure theories. That is more important, because that is what you are applying there. And even if the software companies recruit you, they recruit you for the knowledge of your engineering, because software knowledge can be got at any point of time. I say it is just clicking here and there. You just spend some time on a software, you will understand the software. It's not difficult. 1 month, 1.5 months, 2 months on a software, you'll understand the software. Be it CATIA, be it Java, be it C++, 1.5, 2 months for an engineer. Okay, it's enough. Okay. So what is more important? Because these things which are engineering knowledge takes time to internalize. If you're understanding fluid mechanics, or if you're understanding strength of materials, it's not that easy. At the first go, you will not understand. Every time when you see the realistic thing, when you see bridges, when you see some of the, say, if you say on the side of a road, you see a JCB, earth mover, you can think how the hydraulic is working there, how the forces are working there. This is the level of knowledge you should get. And that comes when you have your mind on that. In VTU, sometimes what is happening is we are not concentrating. And even as a teacher, I was a teacher in VTU. It is difficult for a teacher to change the whole environment. It takes time. We are putting my efforts. No doubt all that we are teachers in VTU are putting their efforts to change the students' mentality from marks based to knowledge based. Okay. So marks based, I will tell you nowadays, when you say marks based, the amount of marks what you get has become immaterial. I'm seeing people with even 80% of the marks, 8 CGPA, doesn't have the basic knowledge. Okay. So it is not just marks, it is the knowledge that is important. Okay. And when you have knowledge, marks comes. You don't have to put extra efforts for that. Okay. Go for knowledge, marks flows behind. Okay. So that is one thing which you have to keep in mind. And employment, why it is useful? Because when you get the, when you attempt for GATE, when you attempt GATE questions, and GATE questions are not difficult. Okay. It's very easy. I will tell you how easy it is. Okay. So this is one of the things which is very important. Okay. Next. Now, how? We will see what is the GATE exam pattern now. It's 100 marks, 15 marks aptitude, 15 marks mathematics, rest engineering. Okay. And it's very important that you should be good in aptitude and mathematics. Okay. Now 15 marks in mathematics, it is not a very strong rule. Some of the times it will come for 13 marks, sometimes it will come for 17 marks. So almost 30 marks, 30 to 32 marks, or 28 to 32 marks is aptitude and mathematics. Now I will tell you, these are the easiest part of GATE exam. If you do well in aptitude and mathematics, you have cleared GATE exam, because the cutoff is around 28 to or 25 to around 35 for the major engineering streams. Like mechanical, last time it was around 34. Okay. For civil, it was 32. For CS and ENC, it was below 30. Okay. So that is the advantage. You do good in maths and aptitude, you are clear. And then rest engineering is around 70 marks. You can easily score well in that. And this aptitude is actually the easiest one. Okay. Easiest, so easy that what you prepare for your campus selections is much tougher than GATE aptitude. Okay. So that is that you have gone through those kind of things in your engineering itself. So that is advantages. Next, has MCQ and NAT. What is MCQ? MCQ stands for multiple choice questions, and NAT, numerical assessment type question or numerical answer type question. See, for MCQ, there is negative marks of 1/3, okay, of the total marks. So if it is 1 mark question and if you answer it wrong, minus 0.33 will be given to you. That means whatever marks you have scored, 0.33 marks will be reduced. If it is a 2 mark question, then 0.66 marks will be reduced. And in case of numerical assessment type, what happens there is no negative marks. Okay, so you have to attempt as much numerical assessment type questions as possible, so that if it is right, it is right. If it is wrong, no problem. Okay, next. Yeah, that is what I said, negative marks for wrong answers in MCQ. And qualifying marks varies from 25 to 48. Now, when I say 48, it is for some of the engineering streams like metallurgy, material science. Okay, these have high cutoffs. Okay, and GATE score is valid for 3 years. This is another advantage. Saying that you cleared GATE in final year, and say you don't want to, in the sense, go for MTech now itself, sir. Now let me work for 2 years. So you can clear GATE, go and work for 2 years, and then your GATE score is valid anyhow. You can then go for MTech. So this is the advantage of having GATE. It is valid for 3 years, and that is a great advantage you can have. Okay, so that is why GATE is very, very useful. Another thing, GATE tough or easy? See, actually, you can consider it is tough because only 15% of the applicants clear GATE. But it is easy because 50% of the questions are direct. Okay, I will tell you how direct it is. Sometimes I worry whether this is GATE exam, GATE question. See, I'll tell you, most of the professors will agree, okay, that the GATE questions on the subjects what the professor teach. Okay, if you ask him what are the how easy it is, I'll tell you it is very, very easy. If you study fluid mechanics now, or you say design of algorithms now, and then you see the GATE exam question, you will easily answer it because it is the basic one. The first thing that has to be asked will be asked. Okay, sometimes some of the questions are like they'll give you a differential equation, and they will ask you what is the order of the differential equation, what is the degree of the differential equation. So easy. And sometimes they will give you a differential equation and ask you whether it is linear or non-linear. Very easy. Or they will give you a matrix and they will ask you what is the eigenvalues of that, what is the eigenvectors of that, which is basics. You would have studied it in PU college, right? Also things like friction, which is very, very easy. Okay, direct questions. Okay, sometimes they will ask you things which you have studied on the first go, like in fluid mechanics, Newton's law of viscosity. They will say what is a fluid. They will give you 4 definition of the fluid, and you have to pick on that. So that's how easy it is. Now, why it is tough? It is tough because you have to remember a lot of things. You need to be jack of all games. That is the first reason why it is tough. Second reason why it is tough is because pressure. Because we do a lot of silly mistakes. And the time management of that 3 hours is difficult for us. So what we do, we don't prepare for it for pressure handling. So if you handle pressure and you prepare well, then it's enough. And how to handle pressure? You handle pressure by preparing well. Okay, if you're prepared well, your pressure will be less. You can handle that pressure. If you're not prepared at all, just like I did in my engineering, when I was in the final year, I thought I'll write GATE exam. And I wrote GATE exam. But for that, I prepared only for 1 week. And because I prepared for 1 week, getting flunked is short question. Okay, so I got disqualified in the first attempt in 2004. It is in the final year of my BE. I got disqualified. Why did I got disqualified? Because I did not know any knowledge. I did not have knowledge, let me tell you. I used to prepare only for VTU exams. I got almost average marks in VTU exam. It was only 67%. Let me tell you, it's not very high. See, this person who has scored 67% in BE is able to get 388 All India rank. That shows how easy it is. Also, I'll tell you, if you say, sir, you might have scored less percentage in engineering, but your PUC might have been good. No, my percentage in PUC was just 70%. So the person who has scored 70% only in PUC and in PCM, I'm telling you, and the person who has scored only 67% in BE is able to get 388 rank. So it shows how easy it is. I will tell you one thing. one great saying by my professor, who is my advisor in PhD. He says, "Jab jaga tab savera." That means whenever you start, it is morning. Start from there. Your success might be delayed, but it is not denied. Whenever you start from that time, and you will surely get success. And GATE is one of the things. Now, to clear GATE, there are two ways. Okay, there are two types of intelligence generally in every human being. One is street smartness. You give him a question, he will be using his intelligence. That he's like a sprinter, okay, who can think, whose intelligence is very high, okay, at that moment of time, and he will give back the answer. He can think a lot, think fast. Okay, there is second type of intelligence, which is similar to a marathon runner, okay, who doesn't know at one point of time, he doesn't have a knowledge, and he cannot think fast, but he can think slow and steady in a very systematic manner, and he can give you the answer after some time. Okay, now GATE needs this second type of intelligence more, where you have to continuously prepare, slow and steady work, okay, build up on the knowledge steadily, and these kind of people only will get high ranks in GATE. The people who are street smart may not always succeed, because along with street smartness, they need to have this systematic study thing. If you do systematic study, I will tell you it's not so difficult at all. And I will tell you, some of the people have the problem saying that, sir, some people who come from rural background, I will tell you, the people who come from rural background are the most intelligent ones. I have seen students who cannot engineering, you don't have to speak English very nicely. I'm saying you don't have to worry much, because engineering is different, English knowledge is different. Okay, so the people who is not person who is not good in engineering, his English knowledge might be very good. His person who is not good in engineering, his English knowledge will be very maybe good, and the person who doesn't know any English might be good in engineering. Because I will tell you, Japanese do engineering, Germans do engineering, Chinese do engineering, they don't know English. Okay, so knowing English is not a prerequisite for good engineering. This is one thing we have to keep in mind. Second side, okay, I will tell you one of the stories here. Okay, one of my friend who was doing MS when I was doing PhD, he was doing MS from IIT Madras. He's a son of a coolie worker, and was brought up in a Tamil medium school. And he did not know any this one. He has cleared GATE, he has finished his MS, and he's in an interview, has cleared written test of one of the great company called Renault Nissan. Okay, and he goes to the interview panel and says, "Sir, I don't know much English," he says. The person in front of him, the interview, who was a French, he says, "So I don't know English." Okay, so the Frenchman also doesn't know English, and he's one of the great person in what do you say, he's a manager in Renault Nissan. Okay, so now this is what happens. English and engineering knowledge has no connection. This one thing we have to keep in mind. Okay, so the people from the rural who have the rural background, for them this is the best shot. Okay, because you don't have to spend anything after this. Government pays you for everything. GATE is one way where you don't have to pay up. Only thing is that during your engineering, you have to work hard and clear GATE. And once you clear GATE, Government of India takes care of you. And that is the advantage of GATE. Okay. So how to crack GATE? Disciplined study for 1 year. Very important. Discipline is the main thing which matters here. Study from the standard textbooks. You may think, sir, there's a great institute somewhere here which has produced a great GATE material. There is nothing called great GATE material. The great GATE material is your textbooks, the best textbooks in that particular field. I'm not saying foreign authors, because not always foreign author books are the best. Okay, the best books from wherever in the world which is there. Okay, you have to take that and read from that, because I will tell you, GATE tests your concepts, and there is no better way to get concepts than the standard books. And make your own notes. You might get prepared notes from various coaching institutes. You keep it with you, but that is not the main thing. That is not what makes it useful. It's your notes. What you write on with your hand, that's what goes into your mind. There's a connection between body, that's hand, and the mind. Okay, so you have to write your own notes. Engineering you will not understand if you don't write. If you write only, then you will understand engineering. That is one of the main things. Your own formula sheets, very important. And just like a religious thing, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, like ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ you say, right, in the morning. Okay, just some people do that, or any of the things. Okay, some people, if they are Muslims, they will open the Quran and learn 2 or 3 stanzas of Quran or Bible. Similar thing you have to do in the formula sheets. If you can't read everything, just what you say, turn the pages of your formula sheet, and this standard study will only make you get success. The formula should be on your hand, on your tongue tips, okay, or on your hands. It should be there. Okay, you should be knowing all the formulas very nicely. Okay, second thing, practice all previous year's question papers. Very important. It goes without saying for every exams. Same thing is for GATE. And one thing, it is not like VTO exam where the previous year's questions will be repeated. No, topics will be repeated, but not the questions. Never the questions will be repeated, and always there's new type of questions. Okay, and one of the things to handle pressure is very important in GATE. So to handle pressure, you have to give mock tests. So whichever institutes are offering you mock tests, take that. Take mock tests from 3, 4, 5 institutes, and start giving mock tests for around 5 months or 6 months before GATE. Start giving mock tests. Prepare for a subject, give a subject-wise mock test. And after you finish a particular stream, get that stream, like say in every this one there are branches. Like if you say mechanical engineering, there will be mathematics, there will be thermal, there will be design, there will be manufacturing science. Once one stream is complete, give a mock test for that. Or for example, if you go for electronics, there will be digital electronics, network controls. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, and very important, give mock tests, and that will help you to clear, that will help you to handle pressure. Mock test is not to test your knowledge. It is to test your pressure handling capability. So you should imagine yourself as being there in the exams and then write. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so this is something, if you want something in life you never had, you should do something you have never done. And here in this case, it is about discipline. Okay, continuous study. And this is what do you say, talk from Sanatan Institute. So when you say Sanatan, one of the things what we have to understand is we have to study as if we are playing things, and there is happiness in this. First, initially, see, all these things is like, I will tell you, these are all sattvic things, and sattvic things are like avla, you know, what do you say, called nellikai. In Kannada, you say nellikai. And when you have nellikai, you put it on your mouth, what will happen? Initially, you will not feel like eating it. You'll feel like spitting it out. And after some time, you keep it in your mouth, you resist it. After sometimes what happens, you'll get its sweetness, and you'll never feel like throwing it out of your mouth. Okay. Same thing happens for bad things also. Not just good things, bad things also. You take liquor. Okay. Initially, liquor, you feel like spitting it out. After some time, you will love it and you will not leave it. You'll get addicted to it. Okay. Now, the difference between good things and bad things is that good things is good for your, what you say, good for your everything, good for your betterment, and bad things is bad. Okay. In Upanishad, I will tell you there are 2 things. One is Priya and one is Shreya. Okay. Shreya is the thing which is good for you, and Priya is the thing which is likable to you. You feel like doing it. And a person who has Viveka, the person who has thinking, has to choose Shreya over Priya. So this is one thing we have to understand. So what we have to do is we have to study continuously, and for that study you need some restraint. You need to discipline your mind, and then you study. Okay, then you will get success. This is what has to be done. Okay, what you have never done, you have to do now is disciplined study. And there is no particular way of studying. Everybody is a different personality. His way of studying is different. So nobody can say you have to study like this, that way. Some people say 10 hours you have to study. Some people say 2 hours a person has studied and gone. No, it's not important. How much hour you study is not important. How you study is important. Okay, Another point I will tell you. I recently met a person from when I was going to one of the I was going to Manipal, and on the way I met this person from Srinivasa Institute of Medical Sciences. Okay, he was there on the same route. Okay, and he had an exam and he was opening up these MBBS books, which was very thick. Okay, and I asked him, "You have exams, is it?" Okay, so I just wanted, I was curious, what is the general marks you get? I asked. He said, "Sir, 50%, 60 marks percent is very difficult, sir, because you have to remember everything, you know." Now, what happens here, that particular student, what he was doing is, he was taking it as a burden. When a person takes it as a burden, it's very difficult to excel, let me tell you. And another thing, we have a, what do you say, habit of by-hearting things. Do not by-heart, okay? Now, you may ask, sir, if I don't by-heart, how these formulas will be there in my mind? See it every day. Don't by-heart, don't mug up. Every day, open up this one and see it and solve problems. I will tell you, by heart happens just like that. Just seeing it every day, again and again, that is very important. Okay. So next, thank you very much. If you want any further questions, you can contact me on this number. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm open to questions.
Thank you, Professor Anantpai. Nice information to the aspirants. One of the participants has posted here. How many attempts can we make for GATE examination?
Infinite. Even I can write GATE now. Professor in IIT also can write GATE.
Okay, okay. So there is no restriction on the number of attempts. Thank
Even
you.
if after a professor has retired, he can write GATE. No problem.
Okay, fine. So one more question. So is there any age limit to take a GATE examination? Almost the first answer itself. Same for the second question also.
Correct.
Is there any other doubt apart from these two? You can post it here so that I can ask the speaker. So he's ready to answer as many number of questions if you raise. Apart from these two questions, any questions you have?
Sir, give them some time, sir.
Yeah.
Give them some time, sir.
Hmm.
Or, yeah, fine.
Okay, so one participant has asked, so there is no age limit for the GATE examination in case of opting government jobs.
There is an age limit. There is an age limit.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Every government job has 30 or 32, I suppose. And some of the PSUs 26 or 27. Yes, there is an age limit for getting into
And
PSUs.
even it depends upon the general merit. There is a different age limit, OBC, SC, ST, and other quotas. They will be having different age limits for this.
True.
So any more questions? I hope so all these questions were answered. Any other questions, you can post it here.
Yeah, we'll give 2 minutes, sir. Good books for GATE preparation. Always the best book is the textbooks. There is nothing equivalent to textbooks and previous year's GATE questions. Okay. This might be a bit, what you say, you may feel it is, sir, what is this? We knew this. Yes, GATE is all about simple things. Okay. So if you go for the basic book, which explains the concept, that is the book for GATE preparation. Simple and straight. You can, I tell to my students that they can prepare GATE questions. I ask my students to prepare GATE questions. And I'll tell you, some of the GATE questions which was prepared by my student has come to GATE, come in GATE exams.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's about preempting.
So that means to say, according to the syllabus, they have to go through the syllabus carefully, and then which is the best book it is available, wherein the basics, everything is covered, concept, everything. They have to choose those books. So as of there is no good and bad books. So it depends.
Yes, yes. I will tell you another point about GATE. Okay. See, one of the there is nothing called good and bad books. That's correct. Okay.
That's fine.
I wanted to say something more. I forgot it. Okay. Let me start. I'll just a second. Some point I wanted to mention here. I forgot. In terms of good books for GATE preparation, correct. Okay. One thing from there I started. Yes. In terms of good books, then I wanted to say something about. Yeah, only thing is that whenever you prepare something for GATE, you can prepare your exam questions, and those questions will be coming. I will tell you. You can guess what is the next question. And what has to happen is whenever there is some GATE exam question which is there, what you have to say is what are the other things based on the same concept that questions can be asked, and those questions will be asked. And also, whenever you prepare for GATE exam, okay, see, one of the things how to prepare is this, okay. You have to read the theory. After reading the theory, you have to go to the questions. And if there is an answer below, say, for example, in any exam, in any textbooks, there will be solved questions. So first you have to go to the solved questions. But when you go for solved questions, kindly cover the answers of the solved questions. Go to the theory and try to answer the question. And I am sure that you will not be able to get the answers when you read the topic initially. You will take one, say half an hour or 1 hour to solve one question, which should be solved within around say 5 minutes. But that's okay. There you study actually. And if you open the, see the solutions, then you will not get problem solving skills. And in GATE, what you need is problem solving skills. It's not just the information. So here, one of the main thing you have to do is you have to get the problem solving skills. And to get the problem solving skills, do not see the answer, see only the questions. And might be afterwards you see the answer keys, that's it. And get your own shortcuts. You will get your own shortcuts. And that's the best way to do. And I've seen people who have gone to some of the institutes, and what they did is, sir, ಯಾಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ಕಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಶಾರ್ಟ್ಕಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. Because these IIT professors, no, they want to make these institutes fail. Okay, so they will twist the questions in such a way that what is the way in the institute's GATE exam is taught. So they don't want to twist it. And when they twist it, the person who has got the shortcuts from these coaching institutes will fall into the ditch which is being prepared by IIT professors. So kindly do not go for shortcuts. You can go for the shortcuts when you understand the concept. I'm not saying don't go for shortcuts, because when you go for shortcuts, you save time. But more than saving time, what happens, you should not fall into the ditch where they have tested your concept, and in the shortcuts that concept is not there. Okay, so kindly keep in mind, shortcuts only after understanding the concept, not before that. Okay.
Yes.
Cutoff score for the company. See, in case of companies, for example, your PSUs, if I say, Anjum has asked this question. Okay, Anjum, the cutoff score will be really, really high. Okay, in the sense, you to get any chance, outside chance of getting into these PSUs, you should at least score 70 out of 100 in any of the branches. And sometimes there's outside chance, 1 or 2%. If you have OBC or OBC category or SC/ST category, you have chance till around 60, not lesser than that. Don't think, sir, I am from SC/ST, so I may get a job for a lower GATE score. No. Even for SC/ST, there is high competition. Okay, the cutoff might be a bit reduced, not much. Just like if you want to get IIT MTech seat, if the cutoff for mechanical in IIT might be 300 for general merit, then for SC/ST it will be 1000. It will not be 10,000, 20,000. No. So even every person has to do his hard work. And I hope I have answered Anjum. Next question is from M to everyone. If I crack GATE exam this year, can I apply for government jobs after 2 years? Because you mentioned GATE marks is valuable for 3 years. Mr. M, no, not all companies, because they specify which GATE you have to clear. So this is not applicable for PSUs. It's applicable only for MTech or MS or CSIR JRFs. Okay, it is not applicable for government jobs. Okay, sorry, it's not applicable for PSU jobs. Okay, government jobs, when I say government jobs, I say about assistant engineer's job, IES jobs, they don't consider GATE at all. Okay, when I say IES, I put because what happens is, whenever a person prepares for IES, first he prepares for GATE, because GATE is 70% of IES syllabus. And also, once you have scored good in GATE, it means you have some backup. If you don't clear IES also, you can later on go for MTech. That is the backup you give, because IES is very, very difficult compared to GATE. Okay. So what happens? So GATE helps you for preparing IES. Okay. Because the chances of doing good in GATE is much higher in terms of number of people getting MTech seat compared to number of people getting IES posts. IES posts are very less compared to the number of MTech seats. Okay. So you will get that. So that's how it is important. Okay. So that is government jobs, UPSC jobs, SSC jobs. Okay. These are all the jobs which do not require GATE score, but because you prepared for GATE, that is easy because it's the same thing. Okay. The syllabus is the same, almost same. Okay. So that's why it helps. Okay. Varshini has asked a question. Sir, I am currently studying in 4th sem. Is it the right time to preparation as I have entered the branch recently? Okay. I will tell you, 4th sem is the right time to start GATE. Why I will tell you? Because more than 50% of GATE syllabus is from the first year and the second year. So if you start from the 4th year or 4th sem, only then you will be able to score well in the final year. So very important to start from the 4th semester. Varshini, I don't know which branch you are. If you could say which is your branch, I can tell you specifically. Okay. So say for example, I will quote the branch. I will think, yeah, civil. Okay. If you are from civil engineering, Varshini, then what happens? See, you have fluid mechanics, you have strength of materials, you have mathematics. Then you have these are main thing, and structural analysis. Okay, these 4 thing along with the aptitude 5 comes for around 60 marks in GATE, 60 marks in GATE. Okay, and I hope you have geotechnical also. Geotechnical you had, it's much higher. Okay, so in your civil engineering, it is 60 to 70 marks, which comes from only the 2 semester, because GATE is one thing where you study the basics. Okay, where basics are tested, and almost every basics is complete by second year. Okay. This is a good question. I hope I have answered Varshini. Okay. What is the difficulty level of questions in GATE, like basics, analysis, evaluate, etc.? A very good question, sir. See, 50% of the question is basics. Okay, so the person who knows basics of every subject can score 50 marks in GATE, provided he handles pressure in the GATE exam. And 50 marks comes to more than 10,000 rank. You can get into IITs by knowing basics of all the subjects. A person get into IITs. There are around 5 to 6 marks of questions which are like traps. You get into those questions, you waste half an hour there. Okay, so that is very, very important that you understand what you say GATE properly. Okay, so if you understand the basics, I'll say difficulty level, basics first, 50%. 20 to 30 marks is moderately difficult. That means if you're moderately good in all the subjects, then you will score around 80 marks, provided you handle pressure there. Handling pressure is very important. Okay, so that is important. So that is how you do it. Okay, and in terms of research, no, nothing is there like you have to what do you say, think too much. No, not much. It's only they see that you get the answers within 2 or 3 steps. Every questions in GATE you can get answer within 2 or 3 steps. It will be tricky, obviously. Okay, but tricky questions are not more than say 20 or 30 marks, not more than that. Okay, most of the questions are direct. Okay, like I have told you how to evaluate the eigenvalues, what is the rank of the matrix. These kind of questions are there. Okay, so can you please? I hope I have answered, Prashant sir. Okay. Anjum, sir, can you please tell the aeronautical companies which consider GATE score? See, in terms of GATE score, aeronautical companies, if you say HAL, okay, is the company which takes. Also, private companies, no private company says we recruit students based on GATE. But if you have GATE behind you, one of the things what happens is you can clear the written test. Also, on your resume, you have cleared GATE when you say it adds value to your resume. Okay, so that is very, very, very important that you do that. So, and one more point. See here, I'm sometimes surprised by the way the people choose engineering. Okay, see, recently a lot of good engineering, what you say, streams have come. So people who say aeronautical, sir, I have interest in aeronautical. Which is the best college to go for aeronautical engineering? If your interest is to go to aeronautical, then please choose mechanical engineering or electronics engineering or civil engineering, because most of the aeronautical companies take these students. Once what happened, in Malnad College, during our times, there was a company called TVS, okay, which is known to be automobile company, and they did not want automobile engineers. There is automobile engineering in Malnad College. They wanted mechanical and production. They did not want this one. So one of the main things you have to keep in mind is any stream, when you go for MTech or BTech, BE, you have to take the main streams. Like if you want to go for ISRO, choose electronics, mechanical or civil. If your aim later on is to go for ISRO or DRDO or such kind of things, don't go for aeronautical, don't go for aerospace. There was some time in my college, I'd seen this time that the number of people, I'm sorry I'm putting these things, but it is my opinion, I may be wrong. Okay, what happened is the seats for mechatronics is completed, is full. Mechanical is not full. It's such a bad thing. Okay, mechanical you have to go. And in some people choose nanotechnology. Okay, then they say these what is it, streams may seem very nice. Okay, it is like a high school boy fantasies. Okay, this is the type of thing you will have, but actually in the real sense, these mainstreams like mechanical, civil, electronics, computer science, these are the streams you have to go. Okay, that's very important. Okay, Revana has asked, I am from metallurgy department, how cutoff marks will consider in GATE exam? See, in metallurgy, this one of the things what happens there is most of the questions are direct, which is based on your knowledge, like what do you say, it's not much based on say, you see the previous year's metallurgy questions, you will understand that. Okay, it's based on knowledge of information rather than analysis, like our Prashant sir said. Okay, it is not based on application of some what do you say, some mathematical concepts much. Okay, it's like experience based. So generally what happens, cutoff marks will be higher in metallurgy. Okay, but you can easily crack that. Okay, it's not that difficult to do it. Yes, cutoff marks is high in metallurgy. I hope I have answered Revana sir. Revana. Okay, next Gopal. Sir, I'm a mechanical student. How can I get into Technical University of Munich for MSc in Germany, and how many gate score? I will tell you, almost 90 percentile is enough. 90 percentile is around 15,000 rank. Okay, with 15,000 rank, you can get into Technical University of Munich. Okay, but their gate exam is like first step. Then there is interview, same as everywhere. Okay, your recommendation also matters from your professors. Okay, so gate is one of the way, like you take IELTS or you take GRE. Similar way, gate is taken as one of the what do you say, criteria, and later on you have to give your interview. Okay, so, and one of the advantage of doing what do you say, MSc in TUM is that the fees is very less. Fees is around 18,000 rupees per semester. And then I am not very sure about it, but I have heard from people that government of India pays you 12,400 rupees per month as a stipend, even if you get placed in foreign universities. So that is also an advantage. Okay, you can check this fact. I will check it and tell you. I have got information that you will get that also. So that is the additional advantage. Okay, so part of your expenses will be taken care of. Yeah. Any other people? Yes. Biotechnology is a branch for few engineering colleges. Other than higher studies, in which field GATE is applicable for jobs for these candidates? See, whenever a person goes for biotechnology or such kind of streams, there is something called XE, engineering sciences. Okay, so there they have to take what do you say? They have to take something called XE paper. Is there engineering science? They have to XE. Okay, it stands for engineering sciences. Engineering sciences. Okay, so when you go for engineering sciences, you have to choose like things like, okay, I said privately. Okay, engineering sciences, all I will say. 1 second, I will put this, just a second. Yeah, engineering sciences. Now this engineering sciences which is there, this particular stream, you have to take 3 subjects. Okay, first is mathematics, which is common. Then you have other subjects like thermodynamics, you have fluid mechanics, you have biological sciences, you have geology. Okay, then you have yeah, these kind of 8 or 9 subjects are there, in which you have to choose 3 subjects. One is mathematics, then 2 other subjects. So when a person goes for biotechnology, this is the stream in which he goes. Biotechnology, food technologies. Yes. Any other questions? It was a nice what do you say, it was nice questions overall. Yeah, anyone? Okay, sir, I think the questions are done.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor. And then
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very much.
Gratitude is essence of humanity. Now I thank Dr. Ramachandra CG, Managing Director, and Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, MD, Research at Sanatana Research and Training Institute for their involvement in organizing this webinar. And I also thank today's speaker, Professor Anant Pai, founder Apex Institute, Mangalore, for his informative session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Finally, I thank all the participants for your participation in this webinar. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much.